distinguished United Nations colleagues, distinguished representatives of the Global Taskforce of Local and Regional Governments, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. This intersessional multi-stakeholder hearing is one of the most important events for next year's pivotal FFD conference. I'm delighted to help kickstart this important conversation about the role of local governments and the role of subnational finance in FFD. 10 years ago, UNCDF, together with the United Cities and local governments and with the Global Taskforce of Local and Regional Governments, played a major role in supporting member states' draft Article 34 of the FFD Addis Ababa Action Agenda. This was an important recognition of the role of local government finance in meeting development challenges around the world. Now, together with our partners, UNCDF is demonstrating practical and scalable blending of solutions through local level financing and the creation of conditions for a much more ambitious approach to subnational finance in FFD. This ambition is important because we have reached that moment of no return. It is now or never with regards to financing the SDGs and the world's climate goals. Local government finance can be an effective vehicle to leverage both public and private resources and to open up important fiscal space that complements both private sector finance and central government funding in order to bring about holistic solutions that have impact on people's lives. Now, for example, just last week, an initiative that we are very proud of, the Tanzanian Water Authority, Tanga Uwasa, cross-listed a green bond on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange following the oversubscription launch of the same bond on the Dar es Salaam market earlier. We are thrilled to have supported this important subnational entity to raise more than 52 billion Tanzanian shillings, equivalent to about 20 million US dollars, in the first green bond issuance to be undertaken by a public institution in East Africa. The investment is completely funded by private resources, 65% of which came from local investors in Tanzania. Additionally, in the past year, in West Africa and in the Pacific, in Cambodia and in Bhutan, over 200 million has been secured through the work of direct access entities that UNCDF has supported to go to the Green Climate Fund and access large-scale performance-based adaptation finance for local governments and through local governments, blending these public funds with national fiscal resources and providing the efficiency of national systems that deploy locally. Now, these examples illustrate the gaps in today's financing for impact. There needs to be a much more dedicated guarantee facility for cities to enable much more scalable subnational bonds for critical finance to be raised for infrastructure and other finance requirements. And this is one of the key concerns of finance ministries around the world. How do you raise finance for important infrastructure development? We cannot do that without providing the kind of risk reduction that is necessary to incentivize private entities to crowd into difficult and uncertain markets. Now, UNCDF is helping to build these new features of the development landscape. We're very proud as the first non-credit rated entity in the United Nations systems to deploy loans, grants, guarantees to ensure blended finance solutions to crowd in important resources from the private sector. Now, to conclude, as a member of the Malaga Coalition for Municipal Finance, UNCDF is committed to supporting member states in accelerating development finance through local action. We recognize that Article 34 of the 2015 Financing for Development Agenda opened the door for development partners to test out solutions with member states. UNCDF has recently restructured itself to better support countries in designing, testing, and taking to scale financial models to reach the last mile challenges and support market development. We stand ready to provide our expertise to ensuring that FFD4 brings about the right policy environment for local funding and financing. Thank you.